You may be watching this because you are at a turning point in your life and you're looking for a family lawyer. My name is Shinehoft, and as an experienced family and estates lawyer, I know that this can be stressful and the process seems daunting. At Shinehoft Law, we're here to help. There are 3 elements within my family law practice: divorce and separation and related issues, cohabitation agreements, and marriage contracts. For married couples, after your separation agreement is negotiated, you're able to apply for your divorce. This is a separate process than your separation. The most common way to apply for a divorce in Ontario is by being separated for at least 12 months. Your reason for divorcing, or the fault of the party, is usually irrelevant. In an uncontested divorce, both spouses agree to get divorced. This kind of divorce is relatively quick, inexpensive, and uncomplicated. In fact, your divorce papers can be processed without your attendance at court. Contested divorces are where spouses disagree on various issues. Often the disagreements relate to children, support, and property. These cases are typically more complicated, more expensive, and can take more time. The issues relating to the parties' disagreement will need to be settled by way of a separation agreement, or in rarer instances, by way of a court order. It is very important that you retain an experienced divorce lawyer who can protect and inform you of your rights and advocate for you. Even difficult and acrimonious separations can often be settled outside of court through collaborative law, mediation, or negotiation. At Shinehoft Law, we take a unique problem-solving approach to help you move forward and navigate complex and often difficult separation proceedings to reach a settlement. We will advocate on your behalf according to your needs, goals, and input to resolve challenges around parenting and children, dividing property, and financial support. A separation agreement is the final goal in settling your affairs on separation, whether you're coming out of a marriage or a common law relationship. Regardless of the process that you've chosen to enter into with your lawyer, such as collaborative law, mediation, or good old-fashioned negotiation, once you've agreed to the terms with your partner, you need the terms to be written out in a proper and valid legal contract. This is the separation agreement. We look at the parenting decision-making process and help negotiate the amount of time that you spend with your children and how important decisions are made about them. We concentrate on the best interests of your children and the best interests for yourself. Your children are entitled to receive support to cover their basic needs and special and extraordinary needs. This is called child support. Shinehoft Law explores and calculates what the appropriate amount should be to ensure that your children are financially cared for. We help protect your financial interests and security when negotiating spousal support claims. Whether someone is leaving a common law relationship or a marriage, both spouses will want to make sure that they are financially secure. Seeing if there's an entitlement for spousal support, negotiating the right amount and length of time for this support can be stressful and complex. Each spousal support claim is unique, and therefore it is important to be honest, transparent, and provide full financial disclosure when negotiating. Also, the more complicated your finances are in your relationship, the more important it is to speak with a lawyer. In Ontario, a legal marriage is considered an equal economic partnership. According to the law, when a couple divorces, property that was acquired over the course of the marriage is to be equally shared and divided between both spouses, with some exceptions. At Shinehoft Law, we help you divide property in a manner that is reasonable and fair to both parties. Common law couples have different property rights. With so many couples deciding not to marry today, but wishing to live together and often creating joint family ventures, it's more important than ever to protect your finances in case you separate. By entering into a valid and fair cohabitation agreement, you can protect your own assets, agree on how to divide shared assets with your partner, or even negotiate the reimbursement of a down payment for your home. You can also look at spousal support between you and your partner should things not work out. If you're planning to get married or are already married, we can help you protect your financial needs and property should you separate in the future by negotiating a fair and unique legal agreement tailored to you and your partner's needs. If you've already been divorced and are now in a new relationship and wish to protect your assets, you may want to negotiate a marriage contract. This contract will also enable you to negotiate whether any spousal support should be paid on separation. What many people do not realize is that the aim for the marriage contract is to be as fair as possible to both spouses. It may not seem romantic, but the best time to negotiate a fair exit from a marriage is when the parties are at the beginning of their marriage, and the dominant feelings are those of mutual love, respect, and trust.